And back with me as well, we have Antoine Seawright and Brendan Buck. So to both of you, I'm going to ask this question. I'll go to you first, Antoine. Based on what you just heard from Tom, what you're seeing and hearing from contacts, which candidate has the easiest or the clearest path to 270?
Well, you can't make assumptions because objects in the rear, as my father taught me when I was driving, are closer than they appear. And so this roller coaster ride that has many Americans dizzy and politically seasick is coming to an end. But when you check the hood, all the numbers that Tom just mentioned look very promising and positive for Democrats. However, we have to run through the tape and make no assumptions because we've seen in elections in the past where Trump supporters can tune in late out of anger and frustration or their sense of what has happened before Election Day.
Okay. What do you think of what you heard from Tom?
Yeah, I struggle to make too much out of early voting, other than the Republican and Trump persuasion to get Republicans to early vote seems to be working to some degree. Obviously, we've seen an increase. We don't know if that means a whole lot, although there is a reason you tell people to vote early, because that means you don't have to worry about them showing up on Election Day. So that is net good, but it could just be cannibalizing the Election Day vote. We have no idea. I think you have to look at this and say that Donald Trump clearly has the easier route. The South, it looks like it is, in my opinion, very unlikely that Kamala Harris is going to make many inroads in southern states. I think Georgia's back in the Republican column. Nevada, Arizona seem tough. So I think it goes back to that same blue wall that we long talked about, even going back to the Joe Biden. That was his only real approach. I think she has to win those three. That's where obviously she's devoting a lot of her time and energy. I just don't see a whole lot of other paths for her, whereas Donald Trump may have more options.
Antoine wants to get in there. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Alex, I think the one strategy that we have locked in on, and it makes sense, is putting fresh paint on that blue wall. And in doing that with precision and concentration, we see voter registration different between the two parties. You can't have participation without registration. And I think those are the small, minor details that in the end give us an uptick or an advantage going into Election Day. And keep in mind, as a black voter myself, we tend to tune in later. There's been a large underestimation of African-American men. I am convinced that she's going to get perhaps an even larger share of the African-American vote, in particular black men, than Joe Biden did. And the enthusiasm among black voters will be as strong as it was for Barack Obama's first election.
Let's talk about a red flag that we spoke about that was in the last round. I'm not sure you heard it with regard to the silver surge with Tom Bonnier and those voters over 65 in, let's say, blue wall states. They're turning out in larger proportion for the Democrats than Republicans at this point. Does that bode a problem for Donald Trump come Election Day?
It certainly might. Seniors obviously very high propensity voters. They're typically always going to turn out. I think some of this is my guess, some of this is people are just getting more used to participating in early voting. I mean, this is a relatively newer part of the system, and I think people, especially after 2020, got used to going early, voting by absentee. I think we're going to start seeing just a changing makeup of how people go out and vote. I've seen polls showing a wide range of whether or older Americans are voting more for Republicans or Democrats this year. I don't know that you can take too much of that. But certainly if they're showing up like that in Tom's data, in those states that are so critical for her, they got to be happy if
yeah, I think he was talking specifically about Pennsylvania, that being the case. Okay, last question. It's going to be to both of you. And the question is, what are the headlines come Wednesday morning? Maybe we should say Friday morning, because who knows, if we'll be able to have a full count by then. But just give me a big headline that'll wrap this thing up. What do you think, Antoine, you first?
Well, election week is going to end with simply Kamala Harris make history and the United States continues its track towards progress and perfection.
Okay. What do you think?
It's got to be something about how deeply divided we are, how evenly divided we are, which is what blows me away. We know that the country is very deeply divided, but the fact that we are so evenly divided,
I can't get over that either.
So I'm worried about what happens to the country after this election because, the Republicans are very convinced they are going to win, and Democrats are going to be very upset if Donald Trump does win. And certainly,
vice versa.
And certainly, if we know that if Kamala Harris does win, I think we can be assured that Donald Trump is not going to take that graciously, and we may be in for a long road after that.
Okay. Well, then that means you have to come back and help us through it, Brendan Buck. After you run the marathon tomorrow, good on you. We're going to be cheering you on. Antoine, we'll see you again soon, too. Thank you so much for your time.